Are you telling him what I said?
Okay. I don't know how much of it relied on his religion or his background or his sense of logic or sense of health or fear of chemotherapy, or how much may have been a miscommunication that maybe he would have accepted chemotherapy had I been more convincing. Okay. Why don't you just relax there? I'm going to lift your leg. I want you to tell me if this causes any pain. Very flexible. Much more flexible than I am.
Yeah, sure.
No. Okay, good. Let me help you sit up. Well, I'm sorry you're having discomfort here. I don't know exactly what's causing that discomfort, though it always concerns me that it could be the tumor. We know that the cancer or the tumor is in this vicinity, is in this area of the body.
So he still has it.
So he still has it, and it may very well be that the cancer is contributing to that pain, even the pain in the back.
So you're basically telling me my dad still has the cancer? Because I know when I talked to Bandari on the phone...
I think he's always had the cancer. I don't think I've always felt that he's had this cancer. But why don't you just have a seat down here? We can talk a little bit more about this. So I know that this is the first time we've met, so you have not been able to participate in some of the other conversations. When I first met your father, it was more a question of whether he would agree to try some chemotherapy to try to control the growth of the cancer in those lymph nodes. And he chose not to have the chemotherapy. We talked about chemotherapy options.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you were giving him the options, were there was a translator or just my sisters?
No, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I honestly don't remember.
When I asked my dad why he refused chemotherapy, he told me because there was one that they were gonna put a pipe through his arm.
Yes, and so one of the drugs we give as a continuous infusion.
Yeah.
That is, we put a long catheter in the arm, and then we hook that catheter up to a small pump, and then you carry around a pump, and the pump slowly drips in the chemotherapy 24 hours a day.
Okay.
Curiously, even though that sounds horrible, it actually turns out that the chemotherapy is easier that way. So one sad confession I have to make to you for the first time, but I've always spoken with him and other family members, is that we don't have any treatments that will cure this disease.
So his
disease is incurable.
His is incurable.
Incurable, which means that I don't have a drug that will make it go away forever.
I know it doesn't, but will it slow down? Then
well, that's what we hope.
If he can live one minute longer for us, it means a lot to me. I know he's like a religious person. He accepts his fate, and I believe if there's a disease, there has to be something to either kill it or slow it down. Then I don't want to lose my dad, just because he decided not to. I think there was no translator at that minute. I mean, like right now...
That was the first visit where I met his daughter, who was a little bit outraged that we had not offered him treatment before. Of course, we had offered him treatment, but he had chosen not to receive treatment.
حتی ما په خپله ورته وویلې چې که چېرته پیچکاري وي یا تابلت یا کپسول زه اخلم استعمالوم دوی ویلې چې نه دا کیمیاوي دوا موږ لرو.
When I asked Dr. Fisher and says, oh, well, I did tell your dad, but your dad never agreed to it. And when I asked my dad said, he never told me. So I don't know who to believe or what to believe.
ما خو فدا عند اول ورځ نه کومې چې دی ګولې ودی پیسکاری دا اول ورځ زما یې په سجلو زاده ومه انا مال ماشين نه سم تړای انا د ماشين نو نور د هر چیز ز تطبیق ومه ولې دغه په یګه ما هر وخت د مرز د ابتدا کې کنټرول نشي بیا کله وي
اروح بس ترى غلط ته ویلې د کیموتراپي د ویلې دي
ماشين ویلې
د ما د علي هغه چا پورې مربوط چې د ترانسلیټر د سره د بل چا ورته ویلې چې بل شي او چې بل شي لپاره
بیا ماته شاته دی
ویلې دي دوی هغه لري فلم لري دوی وای لري فلم وای نه ډاکټر نجری سره د ویلې چې اروح صدا ماته یې چې اروح وای د پلان چې راته وای ما ورته چې د کیموتراپي هغه وکړه شروع کړه نه نو د چا سي د چا غلط ده رښتا هغه به یو شي رښتا د کاکا ته نه پیږي رښتا د طبيلي به تا ته بچا د ویل نه هغه ترجمه بل یاد وتلې
فرض عمل ملامت
نه موږ ما زه هیڅ نه ملامت زه خپل ځان ملامت ته مته زه ولې نور سره راغلی وایم دا به مش په مې مخکې هغه کړی شو But when I look at what Fisher told me, it's like, well, I always offered chemotherapy to your dad, but yeah, you would keep on offering the same thing over and over, and my dad was keep on refusing that. So right now, I actually understand my dad. Yep, I think how my sister explained it to him. Every time Fisher would say chemotherapy, my dad was like, oh, the pump.
Assalamu alaikum.
Before praying, you have to be clean. You wash your hands, your arms, your face, your feet. You cannot allow yourself to bleed, or you cannot have something injected to your body. So that's why my dad couldn't do it, because he couldn't pray.